Welcome to Mindful Minerva. Have you ever had that nagging feeling that someone might secretly dislike you, but you can't quite put your finger on it? Well, you are not alone. In today's video, we're diving deep into the intriguing world of human behavior to explore the 5 signs that someone may secretly dislike you. And if you enjoy videos like this, please make sure to hit that subscribe button so you never miss out on our fascinating topics of human psychology and relationships. And with that, let's get started. One of the initial signs revolves around their conversational style. If you notice that the bulk of your interactions with them consists of small talk such as the weather, the latest news, or other superficial topics, it should raise a red flag. These are not the conversations that dig deeper. They stay on the surface. This affinity for small talk may signify their reluctance to invest the emotional energy needed for forging more profound and meaningful connections. It's as though they are deliberately avoiding any discussion of personal matters, potentially to keep their true feelings hidden, or because they don't see the worth in nurturing a more substantial relationship with you. Such an observation can provide valuable insight into the dynamics of your relationship. Additionally, it's essential to consider the context in which this small talk predominates. Are they equally disinterested in deep conversations with others, or is it a specific behavior directed only at you? This distinction can further aid in determining whether their preference for light conversations is a general trait or a targeted sign of their secret displeasure. Another interesting sign is their pronounced tendency to become easily offended by your words or actions. Every comment, even a harmless jest, seems to strike a nerve regardless of your innocent intentions. Their heightened sensitivity acts as a protective mechanism, diverting attention from their own concealed negative emotions. They will tend to misconstrue your words and actions as hostile, even if you bear no ill will. This distortion serves as a defense mechanism, enabling them to rationalize their unfavorable sentiments towards you. Because of this, it's vital to keenly observe how frequently they take offense. It could be a telltale sign that something more intricate is occurring beneath the surface of your relationship. Also, the intensity of their emotional reactions when they perceive an offense can be quite revealing. Do they react with mild annoyance or explode into a disproportionate rage? The extremity of their responses might provide further insights into the depth of their concealed negative emotions. To add a layer of complexity, it's essential to note whether they are generally easily offended, or if this behavior is isolated primarily to their interactions with you. Understanding this distinction can help differentiate between a person with a sensitive disposition and someone who has specific issues with your relationship. The third sign is the propensity to incessantly point out your mistakes. It's a behavior that, while not uncommon, can reveal a great deal about their true sentiments. Whether these errors are related to your work, your appearance, or even your personal choices, they appear to seize every available opportunity to shine a spotlight on your flaws. This consistent criticism is not just a matter of coincidence. It serves as a tool for undermining your self-esteem. The constant reminders of your imperfections are designed to make you feel inferior, as if you are perpetually in the wrong. This manipulation can manifest in subtle, passive-aggressive comments or even blatant, direct criticism. Either way, it's meant to keep you off balance and diminish your self-worth. It's important to recognize that their fixation on your mistakes may go beyond simply highlighting your shortcomings. It may also serve to boost their own sense of superiority. By constantly emphasizing your errors, they create a contrast between your perceived inadequacies and their perceived perfection. This stark contrast makes them feel better about themselves, as they can take solace in the belief that they are somehow superior to you. It's worth considering the context and frequency of this behavior. Is it limited to specific situations, or do they make it a point to bring up your mistakes in various aspects of your life? By understanding the breadth of their criticism, you can gain deeper insight into the extent of their negative feelings. Also, Pay attention to the way they deliver this criticism. Are their comments veiled in humor, or are they delivered with a stern and critical tone? This can reveal more about their motives and whether they genuinely desire your improvement or simply seek to diminish your self-confidence. The fourth sign is someone having unfavorable feelings towards you. The eyes, often described as the windows to the soul. When someone secretly dislikes you, their eyes can be a treasure trove of revealing information. This nonverbal language can speak volumes about their true sentiments, often transcending the words they speak. One of the subtle signs to watch for is their inclination to avoid eye contact. Maintaining steady eye contact is a fundamental element of engaged and sincere communication. When someone is deliberately avoiding making eye contact with you during interactions, it can be a clear signal that something is wrong. This reluctance to meet your gaze might signify discomfort or an attempt to create a psychological distance between themselves and you. Their facial expressions can offer significant insights. Observe for signs such as eye rolling, narrowed eyes, or a general lack of warmth in their gaze. These expressions may not be explicitly hostile, but they can hint at underlying disdain or dissatisfaction with your presence. While words may mask their true feelings, these nonverbal cues can be far more candid in conveying their sentiments. Pay attention to the frequency and context of these eye-related behaviors. Do they consistently avoid eye contact during all interactions, or is it specific to certain situations? Similarly, it's important to consider their body language in conjunction with their eye movements. Are their arms crossed defensively when they avoid eye contact? Or do they physically distance themselves by stepping back or turning away from you during conversations? It's essential to keep in mind that individual differences in eye contact and facial expressions should also be considered. Some people may naturally maintain less eye contact due to shyness or cultural differences. Therefore, a combination of these signs along with other behaviors should be taken into account. The last sign, which is among the most intriguing aspects of this topic, is how people might display extreme emotions or unusual behavior towards you. It's a fascinating dynamic, because human behavior can manifest in diverse and sometimes unexpected ways. Some individuals, when harboring secret disdain, might choose a passive-aggressive approach. They don't express their displeasure directly, but instead resort to subtle and indirect tactics to undermine you. These tactics can include backhanded compliments, gossiping, or even the silent treatment. Recognizing these elusive behaviors can be challenging, as they often require a keen and observant eye. On the other hand, some people may display their dislike through overt and dramatic behavior. They become excessively enthusiastic or overly critical, depending on their personality and emotional state. The way this manifests can vary greatly. For instance, you might notice that they become surprisingly enthusiastic when you make a mistake, almost as if they take pleasure in your misfortunes. This peculiar reaction can be a way for them to mask their true feelings, using your errors as an opportunity to boost their own ego. Conversely, they might adopt a more confrontational approach, becoming overly critical and harsh. Even minor disagreements can escalate into full-blown arguments. This extreme behavior is another tactic to divert attention away from their dislike. By creating a tumultuous atmosphere, they shift the focus from the underlying issues and create a smokescreen of conflict. So what can you do if you suspect that someone is hiding their true feelings towards you? The first step is awareness, and by watching out for these signs, you're already on the right track. However, it's equally important to consider the bigger picture. Are there specific reasons for their behavior, or is it more generalized? Have there been any misunderstandings or miscommunications along the way that need to be addressed? Open and honest communication is often the best approach. Engage in a constructive conversation with the person in question. Share your observations and concerns, and encourage them to do the same. It's possible that by addressing these issues, You can work towards resolving any misunderstandings or conflicts that may be at the root of their negative feelings. Lastly, it's vital to remember that not everyone will like you, and that's perfectly okay. It's an inherent part of life that we all encounter individuals with whom we don't mesh well with. In such cases, it's best to focus on building positive relationships with those who appreciate and support you. Surround yourself with people who uplift and cherish your presence, as you undoubtedly deserve it. Understanding these unspoken signs can be an invaluable tool for navigating the intricate landscape of human relationships. By staying observant and addressing these issues with empathy and understanding, you can work towards fostering healthier connections with those who genuinely appreciate your presence in their lives. We'd love to hear your thoughts on this topic, so please don't hesitate to leave a comment down below. Share your own experiences or insights. It can be a great way for our community to learn from each other. And please remember to check out the resources we've provided in the video description. They can offer you further guidance and support in building a more well-balanced and fulfilling life. Thanks for joining us today, and until next time, keep building those meaningful connections.